evening. Welcome, Sneak Cat. I know, sorry, we're starting a couple minutes late. I got distracted. I forgot to put the timer, and then I got distracted making a really stupid meme trying to see if I could get some folks, if anyone wants to come chill and hang out. So, okay. Sorry, I'm still distracted by the stupid meme that I was making. Actually, I'll post it in the Discord in case anyone wants to see that. I'm very good at advertising. Anyway. Alright, so today is Rose of Winter Day. We will be resuming the epilogue streams on Friday. And with much to talk about, of course, because I finished Candy now. So I now have my full and nuanced opinion of the epilogues, and it's a lot, so that's not what today is. Today's Rose of Winter. Just as a visual description of the thing that I made, it was the Danny DeVito, can I offer you a nice egg in this trying time, except I replaced it with Rose of Winter, because everyone's a bit high-strung at the moment, so I figured maybe people would like to come see Rose of Winter to relax and get away from, for the love of... Okay, sorry, I'm trying to do some shit on Discord and it's not working the way I want it to. Anyway, this is... No, wait a second, what the fuck did I just do? I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Sorry, I was looking at all these things that were not what I thought I was looking at. Anyway. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, indeed. It's, that's pretty much all we can say about the epilogue at the moment. Anyway. We're gonna have some interesting discussions about that on Friday. Knowing what you're doing is a mood. Like, I know I'm doing Rose of Winter. I know I'm doing that, but I'm like trying to talk to stream at the same time as I'm looking at all these fucking things on Discord, trying to figure out what the fuck I'm doing. Shit, I don't really have a good way to look at stream right now. Or, chat, because my phone is being a fuckhead. Well, let's open up the game. That sounds like a good start, is actually opening the fucking game. Let me get chat up on my phone. And we will... Oh, that's loud. Turn it down. Wow, my phone is being laggy even when I just press the home button. So that's not looking good. So I just need to get chat so I can actually talk to you. Because, this is the intro that we have already read. So we're gonna skip the intro, because we read this shit. And we're gonna skip right to this screen here where we pick a prince. Yes, we have 3 choices left. We did Kuya last week, so Kuya is out. It is either Faulkner, Prince of Fae, Little Prince Elgendir and his caretaker, or Tirune, Prince of Dragons. So, those are the options. Now, if my phone would cooperate, I would really appreciate it. Because it's taken a while to load. Or, if y'all, whoever's active in chat today, looking like it might just be Sneak Cat, but if y'all don't know, I have my D&D dice still here with me, and I can roll a die to see which prince we go with, which is what we did last time, which is how we got Kuya. hello, Twitch. Would you like to fucking cooperate? Hello? Okay. Almost there. I am almost at a point where I can actually see the chat on my phone. While I'm waiting for that, I'll look at it on my computer, which is why the music is temporarily stopped. You're feeling dragony. Okay. Sounds good to me. Ooh, look at those sparkles. Okay, come on. My phone is not cooperating again. I need a new phone, but I have no idea where to start searching. Also, nobody likes putting prices on their website. I feel like those are both things that I've said on stream before. Okay, it is loaded. So, technically speaking, I should be able to see chat on my phone. Unless it decides to freeze again. Which it did during the last stream. Okay. So. Okay, good. White spark right here and white hair sparkled and a dragon. Hell yes. Okay. Yeah, I just had to exit the game quickly to take a look at chat because, there it is now. The messages are popping up on my phone. Good stuff. So it seems to be functional today, somewhat. Okay. Let us begin. Tirune, Prince of Dragons. All of the arrangements have been made, so I go downstairs to tell Tirune I am ready to go. I'm nervous about meeting a real dragon, but I put on a cheerful face. So, yeah, I have my supplies and everything's all set. Oh, I'm Rosemary, by the way. I am grateful for your help, Rosemary. I don't often travel in this form. It can be taxing. I expect to need quite a bit of your assistance. No problem. That's what I'm here for. Wow, you've got a lot of layers on there. Cold weather does not agree with me. These robes may look silly to you, but they are necessary. Oh, I didn't mean to say that you look silly. I just, never mind. I hope I didn't embarrass him. I can't really tell. His face is as tranquil as ever. Yes, very poofy because he's trying to stay warm. I've got to be more careful with what I say. He pretty much looks like a normal person, so it's easy to forget he's not human. But I have to remember what he really is. Most people don't ever have an opportunity to see a dragon, much less talk to one. I'm in a rare position, which is cool and also terrifying. Then again, he's not as intimidating as I expected. Just strange and sort of pretty. The conference at Starlight City is several days away, but I'd like to get across the mountain as fast as possible. The sooner I get out of this cold, the better. Oh, yes, of course. What should I call you? Your Highness? I am not a Highness. I am Tirune. But I have never cared what humans call me. Use whatever name you like. Oh, he's very pretty. Yeah, he does have a really nice character design. I mean, yeah, like my ultra gay ass is taking a different direction with that comment, but I know what you mean. I know what you're getting at. Okay then. Tirune it is. Let's go. We start walking together. The snow under our feet is thick, but the sun is shining. It's actually kind of nice out. Tirune hasn't said a word so far. He stares ahead at the path in front of us, as if I'm not even here. Should I make small talk? I don't think he minds the silence, but this is awkward. What do dragons even talk about, though? I guess I'll have to wing it and hope something sticks. I've, never met a dragon before. Besides you. Obviously. Pretty decent weather, right? For a frozen mountain of death, that is. You know, for a fire dragon, you're good at giving the cold shoulder. Oh god, Rosemary, no! Jesus! That is comes off as a little bit rude. Wing it. Hey, I didn't pick up on that. Yeah. I know, right? Like, Rosemary. Holy cow. That's, I mean, I get it, but also, yikes. Don't do that. Don't do that. That was meant to amuse, I suppose. Yeah, I guess so. Wow, good one, Rosemary. Very smooth. We walk in silence for a few minutes longer. But a knight doesn't give up that easy. There's gotta be something he'll talk about. Don't piss off the fire dragon. I know, right? Maybe in a weakened state, but you still don't know what he could do. Lee seems like a pretty calm dude, though. And you don't want to make assumptions. So, what is this thing in Starlight City about? It's a big deal, right? Business between dragons and the human lawmakers. We must confer and maintain our peace accord. We do our best to respect you and live side by side, but dragons live by much older laws than you humans wrote. Conflicts arise from time to time. He feels like the type to stare you down more than anything. Yeah, he's definitely been of few words so far. Quite the opposite of the experience we had with Kuya last week. Yes, I got him to talk! Now I just have to keep this ball rolling. Oh yeah? What older laws are those? Do you really want to know? Why wouldn't I? The laws of the wind, the sun and moon, birth and death, churning together in time until there is no distinction between them, as salt and water churns together to make the sea. The pulse of the earth shakes our blood because the earth is our blood, and we are guided by the will of the stars. The lives of all creatures are written in starlight, but only dragons read the words. For we were born from the stars, and we knew ourselves. Wow, I don't know how to read. Damn it, I was on a roll. The lives of all creatures are written in starlight, but only dragons read the words. For we were born from the stars, and knew ourselves to be whole when the rest of the world was unshaped clay waiting to be given form. Very poetic. I like it. Oh, that's, neat. Come on, Rosemary, I know you could do better than that. Well, I can't think of anything to say to that. Tirune is quiet again. Well, I can't say I didn't try. We've been walking a while now. Tirune is going slowly, trailing a bit behind me. I don't mind walking ahead of him if it means giving him some space. I'm not sure he likes me very much. It's still early in the day, and the snow blazes white as the sun. I can hear it crunch under my boots, and... Wait, there's no crunching footsteps behind me. Did Tirune stop walking? Oh gosh, did I lose him? I whip around, but he's just standing there, a few yards back. I can't tell what he's trying to do. He's sort of wobbling in place. He's either very cold, or he is fighting some sort of bodily urge to become a dragon again because this form is difficult for him to be in. Like a turtle that got flipped on his back. I guess those heavy robes don't give him much room to move. Tirune? Are you okay? Once I get closer, I see the problem. One of his huge scarves is caught in a thorn bush, and he's been trying unsuccessfully to pull himself free. Oh! Oh. Okay, so both of my guesses were wrong, but that's cute. Why doesn't he just untangle it with his hands? He did say he's not used to his human form, but he has to know it would be easier that way, right? I'm not sure what to do. I mean, he's like a million years older than me. He said he needed my help, but I don't want to insult him either. Yeah, you thought he was cool too. So here's our first decision. So let's confer. Let's back and forth on this. So I'm thinking that we should just help him out, because even if it was another human being who was used to being a human being, yeah, help him. Because, like, it would still just be the polite thing to do. You know? Only certain kinds of people would be pissed off if you helped them when they were struggling with their scarf caught in something. You know, only if they were, like, a very, very independent and, you know. But most of the time people, I think, would just be fine with that. I should help him. He's going to rip his clothes if he keeps that up, and that will just make it worse. I grab hold of the scarf. My arms brush against his body as I lean over him. He stops wobbling and gets very still at my touch. Look, it's not like I'm doing it on purpose. You mean like Kuya? Ha! Yeah, exactly like Kuya. See, Kuya was the type who would get very angry if we tried to help him with that, but I think this is just, you know, being polite. He did say I'm not used to this form, so I expect I'm gonna need your assistance a lot. Working slowly and carefully, I managed to get the scarf unhooked from the thorns. There you go. Ah. The scarf has come undone, and he's already trembling, even though he has tons more layers. I knew he was sensitive, but I had no idea it was this bad. Do you want me to help you tie it back on? That would be very kind. If he's embarrassed, I have no way of knowing. Nobody does a poker face like a dragon, apparently. It makes me nervous. I fold the scarf back around his shoulders as gently as I can. It's amazing how light and small his body seems now that I'm handling it up close. That's a weird way to word that. My hands seem so big next to him. It makes me feel ungainly, but when I'm done, the scarf looks nice enough. Is that warm enough? I can tie it again if you want. It will do, thank you. It seems I can count on you for help after all. I'm glad of that. So, you're not mad? You helped me when I needed help. Should I be angry? I guess not. You're, different, you know? So I don't really know how to act, and I don't want to offend you. Yo, making so many assumptions just because he's a dragon. That's rude. You're different, you know? There are much better ways you could have said, I just don't want to be mean. Ah, I see. Don't worry yourself about such things. I don't think you could offend me even if you tried. Because you're like an ancient being and all that stuff? No, because you are very sweet. Oh my god! I mean, Rosemary's being rude as fuck, making a lot of assumptions here, and I'm kind of being like, come on girl, don't do this. But like, that's cute, Tirune. What the fuck? Oh, thank you. Look at his cheeky little face that he's making. Anyway, don't worry about the scarf. It happens to the best of us. Sort of. Can I ask, though, didn't it occur to you to just use your hands? I don't feel comfortable using them. The thorns are so sharp, and these fingers seem so very frail and new. You don't want things to go wrong. I know, me neither. Which is why I really wish that Rosemary would stop, like, asking potentially very rude questions. Oh, sure. You can tell hands like these have never seen a day's work. Without thinking, I take his hands in mine. My own fingers are thick and calloused, and like the rest of my body, large. His hands are long, soft, and smooth. They're dusted with white scales that look delicate and fragile, like glittering jewelry. Ha, a strange observation. But I suppose you are correct. I have no need to bustle about and keep myself busy as you humans seem to. Oh my gosh. I just grabbed his hand without thinking, without even asking. What on earth is the matter with me? I drop it like a hot potato. Sorry. Oh gosh, I'm so thoughtless sometimes. Why apologize? Your hands are warm. It felt nice. We dragons live our lives mostly in isolation. Human touch is a curious novelty. I can't tell if his sprite is blushing, but I think it is. It's so soft. I know, it is. All of this, yeah. That's a good descriptive word for the way this is going. Very, very different tone than last week with Kuya. That was a lot to deal with. He reaches up to touch my face. My heart starts to flutter. Starts to flutters? That's a typo. My heart starts to flutter like a trapped bird. However, he seems to think better of it and withdraws. But if you are sensitive to such things, I will respect your boundaries as you respect mine. With that, Tirune tucks his hand back under his robes and moves on. I stand still for a moment, watching him. I haven't quite calmed down yet. It's snowing harder now, which makes the going more difficult. All his bundled up layers give him an awkward, ungainly shape. Yet there is something in his calm certainty that gives him dignity, even beauty, as he makes his way through the ice. Oh my god, yeah, that animation, I was like, oh my god, did he fall? And yep, there it is. Yet there's something in his calm certainty that gives him as he makes his way through the ice, at least until he gracelessly trips and falls flat on his face. You think one of your favorite ship dynamic? Yeah, they are really cute. She's like, just being like, oh no, I hope that I'm not being mean. I don't wish to offend you. And he's just very soft and calm. Goodness, are you okay? I rush over to help, propping him up and brushing away the snow and ice. Oh no, he looks like he's having a bad time. I am not used to this form. It's like being a fledgling again. Really, you shouldn't worry about it. I'm clumsy about all kinds of things myself. Oh, which isn't to say you're clumsy. Sorry, Rosemary, enough apologizing. Tirune doesn't say anything either. He just stares into me. He hasn't spoken to me so sharply before. For a moment, I can't think of anything else to say. Those golden eyes are intense. What is he thinking? Finally, he rests a hand on my shoulder. I shall have to stay close to you in case these legs fail me again. I may even need to take hold of your arm if you don't mind. Oh, sure, yes. That's fine. Good idea. He keeps his hand on me as I help him up. His fingers are so long and pretty. I try not to stare too much. And so we set off walking again. This time he doesn't lag behind or move ahead. We're side by side. Every so often he stumbles a bit and leans against me or delicately hooks his arm around mine. I'm going slow to make it easy for him, but we manage to keep a steady pace and walk for a few more hours. Yeah. Oh no, but also fucking hilarious. Because the animation was just all of a sudden he was down and I was like, okay, I immediately know what that means. This is real cute. I like this one a lot. I think I like this one better than Kuya already, to be quite honest. We don't talk much, but somehow I don't feel so awkward anymore. We're communicating more easily with just touch. When he presses lightly on my shoulder, I know to help him over a hurdle. When he leans slightly away, I know he's doing fine and we can walk a little faster. We fall into a nice rhythm. Occasionally, he even smiles at me. He's strange and distant, but I'm getting used to him. Eventually, though, the path gets a lot steeper. It's nothing I can't handle, but I worry about him. It's almost twilight, and the snow falls heavier and heavier. Kuya was more stressful. Kuya was just a lot to handle. Like, he had a really big personality, and it was especially exaggerated because he was putting on airs, and yeah, this just radiates calm. It does. It's like, it's very chill. I appreciate the chill vibes. And also the fact that I'm not having to constantly call Tirune the fuck out. Are you doing okay? You're shivering. It's just this body. I'm not used to it. The slightest breeze seems to go right through me. So he's still feeling cold, even with all those layers. Poor thing. Okay, so here's our second choice. I don't know. I don't know if there's a certain number of choices for each route. I think we had 4 or 5, or maybe 5 with Kuya. But yeah, that's looking like the rough number of choices that we're gonna get in a route. So chat, stop for a moment to rest, or put an arm around him to warm him up. I'm a little biased to option number 2, because I think that would be cute. And he already said earlier, when she was holding his hands, that he didn't mind it at all. He thought it felt nice because they were so warm. My phone overheating? No, it's not overheating. Or she would get flustered. Oh, she would. Okay, yeah. I will roll a die. And let's see here. Okay. This is my... What the fuck die is this? I just picked one off the top. Oh, it's a D12. Okay. Okay, so odd numbers for option 1, even numbers for option 2. And it is the number 2. So, we'll try that arm out. We'll see just how flustered she gets then. The dice have spoken, or the die has spoken. I only rolled 1. Okay. Put an arm around him to warm him up. I put my arm around Tirune. Without missing a beat, he presses himself into me. I'm surprised, but I don't mind. I rub his back, trying to help him get warm. After a moment, he stops shivering so much, so I guess it's helping. Satisfying to hear the dice drop. Yeah, it is a rather pleasing noise. I miss my D&D group. I haven't been there in a while. Yeah, I don't know if there's supposed to be a session this week or not, but I haven't received any notification by way of whether or not that is a thing that could be possible, so we'll see. And I admit it feels nice having an excuse to touch him. He leans his head against me and breathes deeply, smelling my hair. Oh, is it a good thing or a bad thing? Oh my god, his face is on fire! Ah! 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 What did we do wrong? Oh my god, Sneak Cat, you were right. I'm so sorry. I should have just gone with your choice instead of rolling the dice. Yeah! Tirune? He jumps away like I've terrified him. I didn't even know he could move that fast. Hey, you're going to be cold. Quiet, I'm fine. He's obviously not fine, but he turns and rushes ahead of me without looking back. Before long, he stumbles and falls into the snow. I rush over to help, but he lashes out and pushes me away. His sharp fingernails scratch my skin. Not enough to draw blood, but I'm stunned. It's like a cat that I trusted suddenly hissing at me out of nowhere. Slowly, clumsily, he pulls himself up, without my help. He winces when his bare hands have to touch the snow. I don't get it. Why is he acting like this? Did I do something wrong? We keep walking. Tirune is shivering again, but he won't slow down. I'm not sure what happened back there. I can still feel the sting of his claws on my skin. To my surprise, Tirune is the one who breaks the silence. I am sorry if my behavior is confusing. You should know that you haven't done anything wrong. What was that all about, anyway? I take it you don't know much about dragons. Huh? Why is he bringing that up? I guess not. I just know the old stories, the ones they tell when you're a kid. But those fairy tales are mostly made up, aren't they? Dragons capturing maidens and devouring villagers. You guys aren't like that in real life. I wasn't sure if I should ask about it, though. Who sniffed whose hair? Tirune was smelling Rosemary's hair, and something in there got him riled up. I'm guessing we're about to find out just what that was. Why not? Are you frightened of me? Am I? I hadn't thought about that, not in a serious way. He's so frail and fragile. I can't see him as some monstrous beast. But then, once or twice, I've caught a glimpse of something strange inside him. And when I start really thinking about his true nature, I feel dizzy, like I'm looking into a well and I can't see the bottom. I don't like it. Tirune chuckles darkly, and I realize I haven't said anything out loud yet. You're taking a long time. Is it such a hard question to answer? I'm not sure how I feel exactly. Tell me this then. Which dragon stories do you know? What, the stuff for kids? Come on, you don't want to hear that. I certainly do. A human perspective can be illuminating. Oh, well, in that case, the one I know best is the story of Camellia. You've probably heard that one, right? It's famous. Camellia. Please, refresh my memory. I am old, and these things run away from me over the years. I feel silly telling bedtime stories, but hey, you asked for it. Let's see. Camellia and the Dragon. She was this woman, the most beautiful in her village, right? She could have married any man, but instead she was wooed by a terrifying dragon. No offense. None taken. The dragon promised her eternal love, and riches and glory beyond what she had in the poor village, beyond what anyone in the poor village could ever hope to give her. So Camellia fell in love with this dragon, who was named White Heat, and chose him out of all her suitors. The dragon flew her away from the village, promising her safety in his mountain lair. But once they got there, he devoured her, and she was never seen again. Oh! I quickly cut myself off. Why was I so blunt about the devouring part? That must be, super rude. But Tirune says nothing. He's not even looking at me. So, I guess the point is, don't pick a guy just because he promises you lots of material things. But I always thought that was sad. Did she deserve to die just for wanting a better life? On the other hand, maybe that's just what really happens. People get deceived by their lovers and stuff like that. I don't know much about relationships, so you may be overthinking the story's moral. It sounds to me like a simple warning. Stay away from dragons. Tirune turns to stare right into me. His face is passive, but something in his eyes puts me on edge. I'm flustered, but I won't shy away. I stare right back without flinching. I don't know. You're a dragon, and you're nice enough to me. You are very polite. But what if that story is true? What if I told you I was that dragon and Camellia my lover? The lover I betrayed and devoured. Would you still think me so nice? What? No, that can't be true. Watch, it's gonna be fucking true. I mean, white heat, all that white hair, that's gotta stand for something. I don't know. The background? Yeah, the background when she was telling the story was really pretty. But I'm guessing that this is gonna end up being an ancient myth about him. You're just kidding around with me. Right? I do not kid around. I am many centuries old. The story of Camellia and the dragon has endured where other tales were forgotten. It must have a certain resonance. But everyone knows it's just a made-up fairy tale. Is that so? Tell me, what was the dragon's name again? White Heat? And what does Tirune mean in the southern language? I only studied it a little bit when I was a girl. I know Tyr means white, and... Oh! So you see, I am called Tirune in the south. There are many words for what I am, but I like that name best. Yeah. Sorry, I just need some water. And something stuck in my throat. I am called Prince because my mother is called Queen, although we dragons have no such titles for ourselves. But dragons being monsters and eating people, that's just a fairy tale thing. Or at least, real dragons only did that a long time ago, and now we all live together peacefully. That's the whole reason you're going to Starlight City, isn't it? To keep the peace between dragons and humans? You're right. And it was a long time ago that I knew Camellia. A different time, more wild, and in many ways, more honest. It's true that we no longer eat humans, yet we all remember how you taste. Who could forget? For a dragon, human meat is by far the most delicious, nearly irresistible. And I knew, just from her smell, that Camellia would taste better than any other. She was a human worth savoring. Oh God, what? You smell very much like her, Rosemary. Woo, that's a lot to handle. So, I mean, definitely makes a lot of sense why he flew the coop earlier, so to speak. But, yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely explains that. But that's, you know, a little disconcerting that he was just like, not only like, yeah, we did that, but it was a while ago. But to continue on to be like, it's because we think human flesh is delicious, and I knew that she would be so delicious, and you smell just like her, you would be delicious. Whoa there. Let's put the brakes on that one. I feel very cold inside, and not because of the snow. Our truce with humans has let us live in peace for many years. Until now. I haven't yet told you of the true purpose of our conference, Rosemary. It is to address the breaking of that truth by one of my kin, A dragon has been eating humans, very many of them. A dragon's occasional slip-up can be overlooked, but this is becoming a crisis for your people, and he is unrepentant. But why would he do that? I can't pretend I don't understand his actions. It's why I've chosen to stay isolated from them for so many years. The mere smell can be overwhelming. He looks right at me as he says this. I take a few steps back. As a result of this dragon's actions, our peace agreement may be dismantled. If that happens, our future is uncertain. Even the stars don't seem to know. But you're not like that. You've chosen not to eat humans, so why are you even telling me this? Are you trying to scare me? Even though they are set in that lovely, delicate face, Tirune's eyes are sharp and fierce. For the first time, I understand fully that I am talking to something ancient, wild, and dangerous. I mean, he's telling because you asked. Also, just a side note, to answer that question, you did ask earlier what the conference was for. And, well, this is just the dang truth. Maybe they share a bloodline. Yeah, that is an interesting theory. Sharing a bloodline from long, long ago. I simply want to know, Rosemary. Do you think I'm telling the truth? Do you believe that I devoured Camellia? Oh my god. Okay, well. Well, 'cause he did the whole thing with his name and the story and all that. Damn. This is a trick question. Because if we say yes, and he actually didn't, then then he may feel insulted that, you know, we believe such a thing. But if we say he didn't, then he might also be insulted that we, like, don't trust his word, I guess? But... This is a trick question. I don't like trick questions. I feel like the answer is just to say that I think he did. Just because of the damn it. Part of you thinks he did it, but a bigger part thinks he did. Okay. We'll say I think you did, and then we'll, I guess, see how he reacts to that. I think you did. Yes. This will sound silly, but when I look into your eyes, I see something I don't understand. It's like you live in, a different world, a crueler world with strange rules. So, yes, I think the story is true. That doesn't sound silly at all. You are a very perceptive young woman. A chill runs down my spine. Oh, we got an achievement called Tale as Old as Time. My intention is not to frighten you, Rosemary, but you deserve to know what kind of creature you traveled with. Let's just stop talking about it for now, okay? We still have a long way to go. He says nothing more, which is fine by me. We keep walking. Did he even directly say that he ate her? I mean... I don't think he directly said, I ate her. But he did a lot of talking about how delicious she smelled. So I think that is proof enough. Tirune's weak human form shivers in the cold, and he holds onto my shoulder for balance. His touch is so soft and light, I can barely feel it. I'm happy to keep him steady. He looks so vulnerable now. It's hard to remember how he made me feel so cold inside. As we walk, I do my best to push those dark thoughts out of my mind. Could he really have the soul of a monster? I never had to wonder about things like this back on the farm. All I wanted was to be a knight and fight stuff with my sword and not worry about anything. A little while later, we make camp in a cave for the night. We've made good progress so far. It shouldn't take more than another day to get to the city. Tirune seems exhausted, much more than I would have expected after only a day of travel. His body is shaking again, worse than before. Tirune, I'm going to make some barley tea. Would you like some, or are you hungry for dinner? I do not need to eat, but I will have some tea. It's kind of scary how worn out he is, but I decide not to mention it. Instead, I pour us some tea and we drink it together. We're silent for a while. I watch him, trying to guess what he's thinking. You are staring at me. I am sorry. I can't help but wonder. Are you not hungry because you ate something else? Rosemary, don't make assumptions. That's rude as fuck. Y'all. The implication seems to be 'cause you ate a person. Like, y'all. Rosemary. Ha! I had a large meal of fish before leaving for the city. I didn't mean to imply anything else. My apologies if you were on edge. Ha! Sorry, it's been hard not to think about it, is all. So, do you mostly eat fish, then? Yes, they are very large where I live. I like to have deer sometimes, when I can get them. I live alone on a rocky island in the sea. It is much warmer there than here. I feel myself relax. It's nice to talk normally again. Sounds like a nice place. I bet it's pretty. You might think so. Camellia certainly did. Camellia, huh? Let's change the subject. Why he keep bringing that back up? Don't do that. It's like both of them are just in a competition to see who can make the other one the most uncomfortable with either strange questions or continually bringing up uncomfortable subjects. What kind of stuff do you do during the day? Besides, like, feel the magic of the stars and whatnot. Dragony stuff? Like counting your gold pile or something? Let me guess, that one is gonna be the one that's a heinous stereotype. Oh, yes, of course. I also kidnap a lot of ancient virgins, so you'd better wash yourself, Rosemary. You got a sense of humor. Aww. Like... Oh my god. Okay, he keeps bringing up the Camellia thing, but I think I really like Tirune just because, like... He's just handling these conversations very well. Love this kickback. Oh my god. The sarcasm, I know. What? Who said I was? Shut up. Oh, because of the implication that she's a virgin. Woo, that's... Yeah. Didn't quite think of that, but, that is also a rather, sassy, for lack of a better word, piece to that comment. Reminds you of Kanaya. Oh, that's an interesting perspective. He does kind of have that way about him. Ha. There you are. My attempt at joking around. Was it funny? Yeah, hilarious. No, I don't have a hoard of treasure. I mostly spend my time thinking, remembering. Remembering what? Things that were important to me, or even things that weren't. 2 stags I saw fighting in a forest, a tree felled by lightning. If it happened, if it was real, I remember it. My memory goes back a long time. I don't need much more than that. Were you really alive before any humans? You said you were born with the stars, or something like that. Dragons themselves have existed since the very beginning. I myself am only about 1,000 years old. Yet in dreams I see the dawn of time or flashes of my mother's life before me. I wonder if we all don't share the same memory, reaching back to the very first of us. To be honest, it sounds kind of lonely. That's just the kind of thing Camellia would say. You know, Rosemary, I thought you were angry at me after we spoke of before. No, not angry, just kind of confused. If dragons really love to eat humans so much, is it even safe for me to be here with you? Well, yeah, because this dude got some fucking self-control. Don't be insulting. Good God, Rosemary, you are off your game. I really wasn't trying to frighten you. Believe it or not, I like you. That's why I want to make sure you're safe, and you'll be safer with a full understanding of the situation. Do humans really taste that good to you? It's strange. I remember a time before I had ever seen a human, yet when I am weak and cold, I take this form, which looks like a human, or near enough. You're betting on the bloodline theory? Yeah, I know, Rosemary just, like, knocking him out of the park with those. He's taking them, he's taking the questions in stride, which, he's almost being too nice about it. Oh yeah, she's absolutely on a horrible roll. Has this face lain dormant inside me even before I would have been able to recognize it, or wow, it's like 4 minutes to break. Just so you know, next scene change, we're gonna take 5. Has this face lain dormant inside me even before I would have been able to recognize it, or have our encounters with humans caused us to mimic your form? It's weird to me that you, of all people, don't have any answers to these questions. Oh, I don't pretend to understand ancient magic. I just live by it, and try to give it some thought now and then. You humans are magnetic, or invasive, to put it another way. We dragons have existed before everything, yet humans have a profound effect on us, more than any other creature in the world. You mean, like, because of how we taste to you? Yeah, like, it took a few seconds to just be quiet and be like, y'all still on that shit? Whew. Yeah, after 1,000 years, that's kind of a long time to be, like, processing the world and kind of deal with that. Before humans walked the earth, we ate fish and deer and drank water and breathed air. None of these things questioned our right to consume them. We took what we needed and slept when we were tired. Sometimes we fought each other, but all disputes were eventually settled by the will of the stars. But when humans arrived, you spoke and felt as we did. You wept and begged or tried to reason for your lives. Despite all appearances, you seemed to be closer in spirit to dragons than you were to the beasts of the earth. Before humans, a dragon's actions were never right or wrong, but now we wondered if eating a human was evil. The stars were curiously silent on the subject. You might say that humans brought evil into our world. Perhaps the temptation to do wrong is what makes you so delicious to us dragons. What do you think? I don't know. I think that terms like good and evil are very limited ways to describe the world. That doesn't make me feel any better. Ha, it wasn't meant to. You know, it's kind of strange when I hear you talk like that. Okay, so we have to let's look deep inside and listen to our hearts and how's all this conversation making us feel? When you talk like that, I gotta admit, I'm not sure if she's referring specifically to when he talks about dragon lore or specifically about dragons like eating humans. Excited? Yeah, I mean, it is interesting information. I feel excited. It makes my heart beat faster. Are you sure that isn't just fear? Oh, sure, it's scary, but it's not just that. I left my home, which was cozy and safe, to try and be a knight. I wanted to live by my sword and my wits, to fight stuff and get strong. You are already strong. Okay, stronger. Sure, I want to be a knight so I can do good things and protect people. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't love the thrill of it. Fighting beasts 10 times my size and going places I'd never gone before and staring death in its stupid face. It sounds like that's the kind of world you live in. Makes me wish I were a dragon too. I'm surprised you would say such a thing. You seem so sweet and kind-hearted to me. Yeah, well, that's how you look to me. Looks can be deceiving. I'm not totally serious. Of course I don't really want to stop being a human or anything like that. But, wow, I don't know how to describe this feeling. You live by strength, take what you need, and don't care about anyone else. You're so lucky. Yeah, that's probably good. I don't think that he doesn't care about anyone else. I think he's a very thoughtful person. And I think I think the is going to be him not taking kindly to that comment. That's my guess. I am very tired. Will you help take off my robe so I may sleep? Oh, okay. You just was gonna leave it at that. You would love to be a dragon. It does sound like an interesting existence to have. Oh, sure. My hands are trembling. Slowly, carefully, I peel off his robes, layer by layer. I try not to, but when I let my eyes drift to his face, I can see him watching me. I feel warm all over. The more robes come off, the more I can feel his body, and the more my hands feel rough and clumsy, dealing with his delicate frame. Underneath his winter layers, he is long and slender. His scales run over his chest and arms. I really want to touch and see what they feel like, but of course I never would. He falls asleep quickly, but I lie awake for a little while, watching his slim chest rise and fall. I don't want to take my eyes off of him, but I don't know if it's out of fear or some other feeling that's harder to describe. I know, not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping for a sprite too, just because I think it would be interesting to see what their interpretation is. Like, is it just human form and it looks the same as like his face and hands, or is there like some kind of difference? Like, yeah, does he have wings? Like, yeah, it sounds like he's a little scrawny in this form. Okay. Okay, so there's our Kuya save. Tirune. Alright. So it is time for break. Naked Kuya, but not Naked Dragon. Well, the Naked Kuya was an accident. That was a very special, particular scene. I'm hoping we'll get a few of those kind of special frame scenes with Tirune as well, just so we can, along our way, get to know him a little better. Yeah, so it's break time. I'm just gonna keep playing Mobius Trip and Hatch on Kaleido because it's a nice album. Yeah. Okay. Back in 5 minutes. Hello. So that was accidentally 10 minutes because I got distracted. I hope I have not lost anyone. We're gonna hit back into Rose of Winter. Alright. So, it is the next day. We have one more day with Tirune to get through. We set out again at sunrise. I feel refreshed and a little more calm. Tirune, however, is still weakened and exhausted. Do you need extra help walking today? No, I'll find my footing, but it is kind of you to ask. He stays close to me as we start down the path. We spoke a great deal about me and my kind yesterday. What about you? I feel I hardly know anything about you. I feel I hardly know anything about you. Gosh, I'm not sure what to say. Do you really want to know about me? I told you, I don't kid around. Remember, my attempt last night did not go over very well. Good point. Well, let's see. I grew up on a farm with my parents and my brothers and sisters. As you know, I left home to be a knight. It hasn't worked out so well, but I'm trying. Ah, a brave and chivalrous knight. I've come across a few of those in my time. You wanted to slay monsters, did you? I guess you could say that. What else? What sort of things do you like? What are we thinking, chat? What should we tell him that we like? Swords, songs, or flowers? Swords, I feel like, is an obvious one. Because she's literally carrying a sword and she became a knight because she liked to use swords and shit. Songs. Be interesting. I feel like that would lead in the direction of maybe having to sing a song. And flowers, I feel like would appeal to him as well because he lives on an island, which I'm assuming has some pretty flowery foliage. I'm biased towards flowers because I fucking love flowers. But, chat, let me just double check. I don't know if it's just quiet or... Oh, would you look at that? My phone is fucking frozen again. That's why I was seeing a nothing in chat. I was like, I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something here. I feel like there might actually be something going on that I'm not seeing. And it's true. You like songs. Okay. Let me just reload this page. Hello? Oh, for the love of... So my phone's not cooperating. Damn it. I think on Friday I'm gonna have to grab the fucking laptop again. No, wait a second. No, Friday, because I'm streaming in my browser, I can have chat open in the window beside. But, presently, I'm a little fucked. So if you hear the music go silent, it's because I'm checking on chat. Alright, we're gonna have to have a bit of a rough go at it. Anyway, songs. Let's see. I like the old songs that the bards sing. My father knew a lot of them. He plays the lute. I'm simultaneously trying to see if I can fix my piece of shit phone. Mother says she hates it, but you can tell she really doesn't. Those songs carry a little piece of history in them. All you have to do is remember a nice little melody, and you're helping keep all these ancient memories alive. Of course, I like hearing about the old knights and their deeds, too. Maybe I'll have a song written about me someday. Perhaps the tale of your legendary clash with the Great Worm, Tirune. Great Worm, huh? You sure think a lot of yourself. We dragons are not known for our humility. Sorry, I hope that wasn't too boring. Not at all. You little ones have such short lives. You search for meaning in every detail. I've always found it interesting the way you collect sentimental trinkets and decorate your homes. I never thought of it like that, I guess. You don't decorate your lair at all? Yeah, that's definitely a thing that I do. I collect everything from packaging to tickets and brochures to, you know, just any mementos. I take the pen from every hotel that I've ever stayed in. Even if I stayed in the same one twice because it's connected to my summer job, and I have the pens from both of my times there. But yeah, I have a little cupboard in my desk that's just full of a whole bunch of shit like that. It's got like my wristbands from numerous events. It's got like the program books from conventions and, you know, my passes for those conventions, and tags from things that I ordered online from overseas, because when else am I gonna have the opportunity to have, you know, a tag from a Japanese brand that doesn't sell really in North America. You know, just a whole bunch of bullshit. And it's, you know. Oh, I can see something starting to come up in chat. My phone's really overheating. Let me check. I know, it was doing so well. It seems to be, when I first started doing this, it would only take, oh, see, now it's just crapped out. It just says, it's got that little file folder with the XIs that just says, oh, snap, something went wrong while displaying this web page. If you see this frequently, try these suggestions. Yeah, I just need to stop. Trying to use my phone for this. At first, it lasted like the whole 2 hours of stream, but the past few times I've tried to do it, it's only lasted for like an hour, sometimes not even that long, before it just overheats. Plushies. Rock animals and dragons, yeah. And cats. Yeah, that's cute. Oh, and you like to decorate your computer area. You have lots of, filled it with little plushies, and you like to lay on them. Yeah, that's real sweet. I feel like, because my convention purchase, that was always kind of like, I always have to get at least one of these when I go to a convention, is like posters from the artist alley. But I'm starting to think I might switch over to plushies, because I'm running out of wall space. I've been going to conventions since 2012, and I may have only gone to one or two a year, but I'm running out of wall space. Although I also have the 2017 and 2018 Homestuck calendars cut apart and put up on my walls. So that takes up a lot of room too. But yeah, plushies are just so nice. I was thinking oh shit, my phone's really fucking hot. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna close it. But yeah, get some cute little plushie guys. I had a lot of them when I was like really little. Most of them are in the basement now. I kept a few of them in my closet. But yeah, most of them are in a big toy bin in the basement. poor little guys all abandoned down there. But, yeah. I guess the issue is I just don't know what to do with them. Or where to keep them, supposedly, like in my room. Actually, that reminds me, I have a plushie I got for Christmas from my cousin, because he, what's it called? He crocheted it for me. It's a little rat, and it's super cute. But it's just kind of been floating around surfaces in my bedroom, because I don't know exactly where to keep it. All of my other stuff, I have, like, above the cupboard is like a shelf. At the very top of my desk, there's like this tall like shelf, and I have like a whole bunch of other shit up there. Like I've got a mug from a place near where my summer job is. I've got, you know, handmade gifts, little handmade gifts from friends and family, like other little crochet things that another cousin's made, or like a mug that one of my friends made me for Christmas. Oh, and my Good Things jars from 2014 and 2015. I think I tried in 2016, but I just fell out of the habit. So that is, oh, you're gonna be able to sneak with those things that you can flip from another. That's, oh yeah, that fabric is really cool. It's very trendy. the flippy scales. But, yeah, I did that. Yeah, that was a thing I did when I was in high school. Got the idea from Tumblr, because of course. But I think it's a really good idea. It was very cute. It's like a jar that you keep for the whole year. Every time something good happens, you know, nothing, you know, and what that means is, you know, up to you. Right? You write it on a paper and you put it in the jar, and then at the end of the year, you open up the jar and you dump them all out and read all of the good memories from the year. And it's a really cute idea. I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'll start doing that again, because it was really nice. It was very good to look through. It would probably brighten up my New Year's. My New Year's for New Year's of 2017 and 2018, or not the best occasion for me, but yeah, it was very cute. It was very, very cute. And a good way to kind of look over the year, even if it was, so to speak, like a bad year, and not be quite so cynical about it. Okay. Side tangent finished. So let's see if Tirune has similar habits. You don't decorate your lair at all? Oh yes, of course. I have a lovely armchair and a floral rug in the southern corner of my cave. Armchair and a floral rug! This is so cute. I don't think he's telling a joke. At least I hope he's not telling a joke. You should definitely go back to not telling jokes. If you say so. And you don't have a lover? Oh wow, so he's cut into the chase. And it turns out that was a joke. Damn. And that would have been real cute too. Oh well. Where's that? There's like a Tumblr post that from ages and ages ago where someone started drawing like dragon lounge chairs. Like what a dragon chair would look like. And they were very interesting. I wonder if I can find that. Dragon sitting in a chair. You know what? Google's probably not the place for this. It's probably in my Tumblr archive somewhere, but like it takes fucking forever to find. No, I'm gonna give it one more shot. Wow, I haven't been on my Tumblr in so long. So I'm searching just for the word dragon. How many? Okay, there's 19 fucking pages of this. So this is... None of this is what I'm looking for. I have a feeling I'm wasting my time a little bit. I should probably just get back to the game. Yeah, no, it's time to get back to the game because I'm seeing a picture of the one slur with Benedict Cumberbatch's face photoshopped over it, so I think I'm just gonna stop now. Rose of Winter. And you don't have a lover? What? What makes you say that? It's just a guess, although an educated one. Do you? No. What about you? Not since Camellia. Camellia. It's so strange to think that she was a real person, someone you actually knew. She must have been really pretty. She wasn't, actually. She was certainly not the most beautiful woman of any village, as your fairy tale described. Nor, frankly, the smartest, or even the most kind-hearted. Well, not, just pulling out all the stops on this one, eh? But she had a way about her. It made you feel like she was the most important woman in the world, and you would do anything just to make her happy. You remind me of her in some ways. Oh, thank you. Although I'm not sure that was supposed to be a compliment. And also, he's talking about someone he might have eaten alive. Yet those don't sound like the words of a person. Those don't sound like the words of the person who killed her. Or do they? He hasn't actually said he did, but he hasn't denied it either. He keeps talking about the ancient ways of dragons and good and evil and stuff. What do I know about things like this anyway? Is love always this complicated? He says nothing more, and we keep walking. Sorry, I'm just having some water. Pounds, fists on table, bloodline theory. Yeah, and, Ari, your shock at my temper. Yeah, I know. You know what? I had that thing since 2011. It's since, like, late 2011, like, early 2012. It's got a lot. There's a lot of history on there. The wind is colder today, and the sky clouded over. This journey has been easier than I expected, but Mount Needle may still earn its reputation. We've come to a rushing river and find the wreckage of a bridge I'd intended us to cross. It's also the only bridge around for miles. Well, excuse my language, but this is a bit of a pickle. Oh my god. Y'all don't gotta excuse your language for that. In my true form, I could step right across a river like this. And that's definitely not an option? No. Even maintaining this useless shape is exhausting and cold. Then I'll just have to carry you across. Is that entirely necessary? Oh, he blushing! We could walk along the bank and hope to find another bridge, but that might take hours, and I don't even know if there is one. You want to get to the city quickly, right? You'll get wet, and so will our supplies. We can make a fire and dry up, and anyway, I came prepared for this kind of thing. My supplies are wrapped up and waterproof. Very well. Tirune draws closer to me. I put my arms around his waist and lift. Even with his piles of robes, he's shockingly light. He puts an arm around my shoulders. I can feel his skin brush just for a moment against my face. Even his scales are light and soft. It's easy to lift him high enough that the water won't touch him. This will be a piece of cake, I hope. Carefully, I step into the rushing water. The current is strong, but the river isn't too deep or even all that far across. Ideally, I'd throw a rope across to try and just steady us. I'm gonna try that one again. Ideally, I'd throw a rope across to try to steady us, but I can't do that while I'm carrying him at the same time. Tirune says nothing, but I feel him shiver in my arms. I can do this, don't worry. I trust you, Rosemary. His body shakes, but his voice is steady. Maybe he really does trust me. I guess I have to trust him, too. The river. Indeed, this is the same milestone where we saw Kuya naked, because why not? But yes, interesting to see Rosemary's sudden change of heart. Although I guess she was mad at Kuya for trying to get in the river because he was trying to do it naked, because he's a dumbass. This is a little different. We start across the river. I take it one step at a time, carefully seeking out good footing so we don't slip. The freezing water rushes around my legs, but I keep my balance. I can feel Tirune holding tight. I won't let him fall. Midway across, the water is up to my chest, but I think that's as high as it will go. We're in good shape. I'm holding Tirune steadily out of the water. We're almost there, just a little more. Of course, there has to be some peril. I can't just make it across in one piece. All of a sudden, the wind begins to shriek. Tirune's long hair whips into my face and eyes, and the freezing water froths around us. A blanket of black clouds overtakes the sky. That's all the warning we get, and suddenly the snow crashes down in thick, suffocating sheets. This awful mountain is known for its sudden, violent storms that come and go in the blink of an eye. I should have known the weather was too good to be true. Rosemary, don't worry, I've got you. Oh shit. A blast of snow hits me like a cannonball. I fall. Tirune tumbles into the river and I disappear into the freezing foam. It happens so quickly it hardly registers. No! No! I won't let this happen. I can't let this happen. I am a knight. I will protect my prince. My hand finds a jutting rock and grabs hold. I pull myself up out of the water and try to make sense of what's happening. My body aches with cold, but every ounce of my strength is dedicated to keeping myself focused. A flash of a scaly arm breaks out of the water ahead, desperately grasping the air. He's still close enough that I can reach him. Tirune, hold on, I'm coming! The wind screams, the river roars around me. I block it all out and lunge forward, grabbing hold of Tirune and dragging his body up out of the water. I had no idea how long it takes to make it to the other side. I'm giving everything I have just to hold us together. Tirune is heavy in my arms, soaking wet and freezing, but holding on tight. I'll never let go of him again. We make it out of the river. The snow is heavier than I've ever seen. Tirune looks diminished, pale. His body is shaking violently. I'm scared. You saved me. Are you kidding? I'm the one who put you in danger. No, it was the river that almost killed me. I would have if not for you. My eyes burn with tears. No, there's no time to cry. We won't be safe until I get us somewhere warm. I go to my pack for supplies, but it was ripped apart in the jagged rocks when I fell. Our food, tents, medicine, and clothes, everything we need to make a fire for tonight, all lost to the river. My heart plummets. The only thing left is one thick winter cloak wrapped in sealskin to keep it dry. The cold pounds away at me like a hammer, but Tirune looks much worse. You wear the cloak, Rosemary. You need your strength to save us both. How could you even suggest that? Tirune, you're already sensitive to the cold. You look like you're about to... I am much older than you. I have lived through worse than this. But his voice fades even as he says the words. Ooh, okay, chat. Wear the cloak or give him the cloak. I'm thinking we give him the cloak. But he should really shed all those wet clothes. I know the wet clothes can't be helping, but if he sheds them, then he'll just be temporarily more exposed to the cold, wouldn't he? I mean, if they can do something fast enough to, like, take all the wet ones off, put this cloak on him, and then try and wring out his other cloaks, and then put them back on him, even if they're just a little damp, if there's that dry layer, it might not be so bad. Give it to him, he's the one who can actually die. Yeah, basically. Yeah. Give him the cloak. I wrap my cloak around Tirune and start moving again. The snow is like knives sliding through my armor and into my skin. I ignore the pain and carry him as fast as I can. Barely aware of what I'm doing, I manage to find a small cave in the cliffside. I pull us into it. It's cold, but dry. I set Tirune down gently, and then my legs collapse out from under me. I am on the ground. Did I hit my head? I can't remember. That's strange. I thought I felt fine. But now it's all catching up to me at once. Yeah, adrenaline will do that. My head swims. My body aches with a cold so sharp it almost burns. I'm fading, but it's okay. No matter what happens to me, at least I kept him safe. That's what a real knight would have done. Minutes or hours might have passed. I have no way of knowing. I wake to find Tirune's burning eyes staring into me once more. His face is so near, but why? Am I dreaming? He kisses me softly on the forehead, and a beautiful warmth blooms inside me. Yo, what? If this is a dream, it feels real. Another kiss, and another on my cheeks, my eyelids, my nose. Each touch of his soft mouth sparking a surge of heat all through my body, because he's a motherfucking fire dragon. That's some fire magic shit. Damn! Nice. At last, I feel his kiss on my lips. The heat anchors me to life. Saw that coming, yeah. I don't know if it's dragon magic or what. All I know is that it saves me. You did not do as I said. That was very stupid of you. Yeah, I know. I see he has taken off my armor, which was freezing and wet, leaving me in my underclothes, relatively dry. If I weren't so exhausted and cold, I might feel embarrassed. Right now, though, I'm just so happy we're both okay. Tirune, our supplies are gone. I don't know how we're going to keep warm. After all that, we might still freeze to death. No, we will not. I cannot take my true form here, but I am still a dragon. His golden eyes begin to glow. Something's happening, but I'm not sure what. He takes my hand in his and guides it beneath his innermost cloak to press against his slim chest. Just under his scaly skin is what feels like a molten core, blazing hot, a furnace inside him. His dragon heart? I move closer and lay against him. He adjusts his last dry cloak so we are both wrapped up in it, sharing the fire blazing inside him. A warm little bubble, safe from the howling wind. Tirune, Yes, Rosemary? I remembered what I learned about Camellia. But before I can tell him, I drop like a stone into sleep. In the morning, in spite of it all, I am refreshed. My joints are stiff and cold, but I'm ready to get them moving. Tirune stirs and brushes my hair gently out of my face. Good morning. Morning. We're still holding each other. I don't think about it, it's just a natural motion. But I lean into him and we share a kiss. Oh, there's that full screen image. Let me just double check chat here to make sure I'm not missing anything. You're angry that we haven't seen special sprites yet. This is so soft. This whole route has been very soft. But yeah, no real visuals on the fire powers, but we do get this very close up. It's just a small one. We barely brush each other's lips. Still, it's my first kiss. But wouldn't that be when he kissed her when she was, like, unconscious? Or I guess she wouldn't count that because she was, like, still only then regaining consciousness. Actually, that makes that sound real sketch. I never imagined it would be like this, but he's just so beautiful and so warm. I couldn't help but want to kiss him. Tirune stares at me and then takes my face into his hands. He kisses me again and again, increasingly urgent, increasingly fierce. That kiss awakens some desperate need inside him, and now he can't get enough. It's nice, but the way he's pressing his face against mine, it's a little hard to breathe. I don't exactly mind, but I'm a little worried. Oh, for the love of fucking God. Suddenly, I feel a sharp pain in my lip as he bites down hard. Ow! I didn't mean to cry out, but I couldn't help it. Tirune doesn't stop, not immediately. I feel his sharp teeth against my lips. After a moment, though, he seems frozen in place. He seems to freeze in place. Maybe he realized what he was doing. He pulls away and stares at me with wide, scared eyes. No, you didn't have to stop. It's okay, I can't finish my sentence, because almost on cue, tears spring to my eyes. I don't mean to cry, it's just a reaction to the pain in my lip. I try to force it to stop, but that never works. Rosemary, I'm so sorry. No, it's okay. I was just surprised. And it hurts a little, but I don't mind. Really, I don't. I liked kissing you. He stands and walks quickly away. The sudden loss of his warmth is hard to bear. With his back to me, he struggles to put his winter layers back on, which have dried in the night. His weak hands fumble and slip. Come on, here, let me do it. I help him get dressed, but he still won't look at me. Are you mad about the kiss? I'm sorry, Let's just go. We've already lost a night to the storm. It's calm now. We can try to find food first, or no, we're leaving. His tone is final. There's nothing more I can say to him. We leave the cave and start the last leg of our journey. The snow is thick on the ground, but the wind has died down. I'm less worried about that, though, than I am about Tirune's cold silence. He rushes ahead of me, turns so that I can't see his face. Oof indeed. Yeah, that's a big oof. Right there. I mean, I know finally she's giving him a little benefit of the doubt, but like, that seemed, like, yeah. Tirune, take it slow. We almost died last night. It's okay if you're so weak. I hired you simply to guide me. You do not tell me what to do. What? Where's this coming from? Come on, don't be like that. I just want to help you. Why? I didn't expect to have to explain this. Because I like you. I thought you liked me too. I wouldn't mind kissing you again. That was my first kiss, you know. And yeah, it hurt when you bit me, but I don't really care. My face is burning. I can't believe I'm actually saying this out loud. But when Tirune turns to finally face me, he looks angrier than I've ever seen. No, not angry. He looks inhuman. You are young, but you are not a stupid child. Why are you behaving like one? How much clearer can I be about this? I am a dragon. What you like is this weak body, but it is not really me. My real mouth is not soft and gentle. If I were to bite you with it, you would not survive. My fangs are as long and sharp as your sword. I could tear you apart. I could swallow you whole. I want to. Do you understand? I want to eat you right now. I want it more than I want to breathe. If you were smart, you'd be scared of me. You'd be afraid for your life. See, that's what I thought that meant. But I don't know how Rosemary wasn't getting at that. He's hissing, low and dangerous, right in my face. But I've learned not to look away. I'm not afraid. You didn't eat Camellia, and you won't eat me. That's a bold statement. When I worked for those scholars, they were learning about her, the woman Camellia was based on. She was a real person, but she wasn't eaten by a dragon. She married a duke and lived to an old age. They thought the dragon was a metaphor for a political struggle, or I am not a metaphor. But you also didn't eat her. I wanted to. I wanted to eat her so badly. I loved her and she loved me. We were together for a time. She wanted to be with me forever, but the feelings were so intense. I loved her, but I also wanted what I want with you right now. I couldn't trust myself, so I forced her to leave. I would have killed her if she hadn't. She cried and screamed for me as I flew away, but she went on to live her own life. I'm very happy for her. How could you do that? What's wrong with you? Weren't you listening? I saved her life. You don't know that. You don't know what you would have done. And anyway, she knew what you were, and she still wanted to be with you. Maybe she thought the risk was worth it. Or maybe she was tougher than you thought. Either way, she made her own choice. If you really loved her, you should have respected that. I believe she never forgot you, just like you never forgot about her. But she had to live her whole life without you, and now she's dead and it's too late. It's awful to even think about. You have a young person's idea of love. She married the Duke, and I'm sure she was happy eventually. True love isn't worth risking everything for. Maybe, but that doesn't mean that what she felt wasn't real. You should have honored that, and what I feel is real too. What you feel? I like you, Tirune, and after we're done this job, I want to see you again. I'm curious. Do dragons fall in love with each other? Not in any way a human would recognize, and not in ways that last. When we began to meet and talk with humans, some of us began to share that feeling for the first time, though we did not know what it was. That's what I thought. So as a human, I might even understand more about love than you do. Please listen to me. To eat a human is to taste sweet ambrosia. It's even better if it's an exceptional person, like Camellia, or like you. How do I know what I feel? How do I know what I feel for you? It's impossible to tell if I love you or if I just want you. Wow, so this is a lot. I mean, I hate to ruin the moment, but it's reminding me a little bit of, like, vampire stories, except this is cooler because it's a fucking dragon. You're glad this is... Oh no, it's lagging. Fuck. Well... Can you see the choice? I just hope you're able to see what's happening here, because we need to make a decision of he may try to eat me, but I can handle it, or he'd never eat me. I trust him. So he didn't eat Camellia, but he still said that he left her because he was afraid he wouldn't be able to control himself. So, yeah, that's what I'm leaning to as well. He may try to eat me, but I can handle it. Because Rosemary is like a knight and shit. Okay. He may try to eat me, but I can handle it. You can try to eat me if you really can't help it. But remember, I'm a knight. Knights slay dragons. If you try it, I'll have to fight back. Trust me, I won't go easy on you. I've slain plenty of beasts before. It's better for you to let me do what I want. And what I want is to be with you. That is, if you want me too. He's looking at me now like he's seeing me for the first time. He's at a loss for words. Rosemary, Well, actually, I guess I'm not a real knight yet, but I think my point still stands. You are as real a knight as I have ever met. He draws close, cradling my face in his hands, and we kiss. I put my arms around him and pull him into me. He stiffens at first, but soon relaxes into my embrace. You can feel how strong I am, right? So don't worry, I can handle myself. Perhaps you can. Okay, I'm gonna do one. At last, we make it off Mount Needle. Starlight City lies in view just a few miles away. We're exhausted, hungry, chilled to the bone, yet somehow I feel light and giddy. We conquered the mountain! It's much warmer now, but still too cold for Tirune to change form. There's so much I want to say to him, but before I get the chance, we're greeted by a stranger. It's another dragon. Rana, or Rana? Rana, I'm gonna use Rana. I see even White Heat made it down. Doing all right there, old man? Rana, don't speak to me. This whole mess is your fault. Oh, this is the one who was eating people. We will put a stop to it. His fault? So this is... Yes, this is the dragon who's been eating humans. Rana, you insolent whelp. You make it sound like such a bad thing, old-timer. Don't you have any pride in what you are? I don't care what anyone says. It's our right to eat lesser creatures. You used to understand that, but you've withered and gone soft with age. The stars cry out for us to consume all those who are beneath us. Who are we to deny them? Besides, if you don't eat humans, they just die in a few decades anyway. What a waste of good food. Say, what do we have here? Rana looks me up and down, and I tense up, grabbing the hilt of my sword. My blood runs cold, but I do my best not to show it. I think that grabbing the hilt of your sword is showing it. Just tossing it out there. Shall we have a quick meal before the conference, Tirune? There's no one here to scold us for it, after all. You can just say you lost her to the mountain. I know you want to. I can smell your hunger. You're famished. A sudden and intense heat explodes from Tirune. His entire body shimmers and glows. Yo, what the fuck? I thought it was too cold for him to do this shit, but I guess he's just mad. Before I can blink, there stands before me an immense... there's a typo there. Whoops. Where's that chat log? Before I can blink, there stands before me an immense and powerful dragon, gleaming hot and bright as if the sun shines on him alone. You shouldn't be able to take that form. Not here. What is this? Rana, we are both dragons, but compared to me, you are an infant in mind and body. If you ever harm a human again, especially this one, you will answer to me. Is that clear? Rana can't answer. He is too busy fleeing into the woods as fast as his clumsy human form can run. Soon, it's just the two of us again, alone together. Tirune turns his great head towards me. He is strange, inhuman, unbelievable, yet deeply familiar. Achievement unlocked, Dragon Rage. That's my little Steam notification. Do you see now? This is the truth of who I am. Could you love a creature like this? I could eat you right now. It would be easier than anything. So do it already! Ooh, getting a little bold here. He leans his massive head closer to me. I've never seen anything so large. I feel a little dizzy just looking at him. But he doesn't open his vicious jaws. Instead, he nuzzles me, soft and gentle. I close my eyes and kiss his great scaly nose. When I open my eyes again, Tirune is back in the human form I know so well, looking surprised at himself. There were a few times on the mountain where I was really sure I would eat you, but once I saw Rana, I couldn't imagine letting anyone do that. Thank you, Tirune. You know, only a true knight can stare into a dragon's eyes without fear. You really think so? That's sweet. You're a big softie deep down. We should get to the city. The conference will be starting tonight. Oh, right. Of course. And so Tirune makes his way to the Capitol building. I end up hanging around the city on my own. I worry a bit about running into Rana, but I guess he's at the conference too. It's just me, all by myself. The city is amazing and a little overwhelming. I'm not used to seeing so many people in one place. I get my armor cleaned, my sword sharpened, I eat real food at the tavern and pick up some dry clothes. I still have plenty of gold left over for whatever it is I'm doing next. Tirune only hired me to take him across the mountain. There's no reason for me to stay here. We didn't talk about meeting up again. I don't know if he's going to come find me, but I can't bring myself to leave yet. Whoa. Nope. Sorry. Pressed too many buttons. Actually, I haven't checked chat in a while. What's chat doing? Yeah. He is very feathery, and very scaly, and his dragon form is quite lovely. We're definitely gonna run into him again. There's no way this doesn't have a happy ending. I don't see him again until the next day. I'm sitting on a sidewalk bench when I feel a familiar hand on my shoulder. Hello again. I'm glad you are still here. I never leave without saying goodbye. How did the conference go? The dragons and human leaders spoke for a long time. There are no simple solutions for what has happened. Rana's crimes are not easily ignored. Their trust in us is shaken, and justifiably so. The future is still uncertain. But I have hope we will rebuild our faith in each other. And Rana, at least, will not be breaking the peace agreement anymore. I have seen to that personally. He's pretty scared of you, huh? And with very good reason. I bet. I can't personally stop all dragons from ever eating a human again, but you've given me a lot to think about. Perhaps I've been isolated too long. I can try harder to make some difference. So, what do you think you're going to do now? Just, out of curiosity, I guess. I will be flying south to tell the lesser dragons the news of what has happened here. I may pay a visit to my mother, the queen, on the way. After that, I don't know what I'll do. I suppose the stars will tell me. Well, if you're going south, maybe I could come with you? Why would you want to? There is nothing for you there. You don't think so? It'd be amazing to be the one human in a council of dragons. That's the kind of thing they tell stories about. And mostly, I could spend more time with you. We're very different, but I want to try to understand your ways, your life. I think we have a lot to teach each other. I don't know what to say. It'll be frightening to be among dragons. They are not all like me. I can try to protect you, but I can't promise I'll be able to. Do you really trust me that much? Are you sure this is what you really want? Well, I've been thinking about what I want to do while you were away. To be honest, I have no idea what I want. All I know is what I don't. I don't want to just watch you fly away like Camellia had to, knowing I'll never see you again, knowing neither of us were brave enough to try. I take his face in my hands and I kiss him. The heat of his body warms me to my toes. I can feel him start to change. When I open my eyes, I am looking into the eyes of a great white dragon. I've already faced 2 dragons. So far, I'm still alive. I think I can handle myself. Don't you? Yes, I suppose I do. Ooh. Soon, I find myself riding on Tirune's back, flying south. Flying on a dragon's back is... well, let's be honest, it's terrifying, but it's also incredible and exciting. I feel free. Ah, achievement unlocked, Dragon Rider. I guess that's how Tirune makes me feel, all the time. I have no idea what will happen in the future. Walking among a council of dragons way out in the wilderness, being the only human around for miles. Who knows what could happen? It's pretty scary to think about. But it also makes my heart race in a way that feels good. I'll have Tirune with me. I'll have my sword. A true knight never lets fear stop her. Especially when she's facing a dragon. Thank you for playing Rose of Winter. And that is Tirune. Right on time, it is 1 a.m. A few minutes after, but you know. Okay, so, oh, I can't see chat right now, but I don't think that the credits will keep rolling if I exit this window. My phone is not overheated. Maybe I could try bringing chat up on my phone. Fuck it. Yeah. How did y'all enjoy that? That was very tonally different from Kuya. are. Okay, now I can see chat. Yeah, he is wonderful. Tirune was a really interesting one. Yeah, that is, you loved it. I'm glad you loved it. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one too. Yeah, so that'll be up on YouTube soon, so hopefully you can catch up on the parts where you had the, a little bit of lag issues. You wish you could ride the dragon. Yeah, that would be pretty sweet. Alright, I have things that I have been putting off that I really need to do at this point in time. So, I am going to go and do those things. Got some Photoshop work to do. So, Friday evening we're going back to the epilogue. Yeah. So that's Friday evening. We're going back to the epilogue on Friday. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that is all for today. So, thanks so much for hanging out. I hope you had a lovely, lovely time. Yeah. I hope I'll be seeing you on Friday. We're gonna have some real talks. Now that I have the full picture, I have, opinions and things to talk about. There's a lot more to talk about now that I have read the candy ending. Because, very different. Very, very different, from meat. Anyway, yeah, I will save my opinions for Friday's stream so we can have a nice talk about that before we start kind of sifting through further chapters. And yep. Okay. Have a lovely evening, whatever you may be getting up to, or have a lovely rest of your day, whatever you may be getting up to, I should say. Time zones are a thing. It's not evening everywhere. Yeah. Thanks for joining me, and fingers crossed I'll be seeing y'all back to hang out on Friday and have some fruitful discussion. Okay, good night, folks.